The short rib is usually, almost always, you're gonna see it braised. What I learned when I learned how to make this recipe is that you can slow roast short ribs for about the same amount of time, but without all that liquid, without needing wine, and they still get the most amazing shreddy, pulley apart texture, but then you blast them at the end and they get super crispity, crunchy on top. These don't look like the short ribs that you may know and love. When you go to the supermarket, you're probably finding these guys, which is the same thing, but they've just been cut into smaller squares. These will totally work in this method. They probably won't take quite as long to cook. If you want to do these though, which I recommend, it's super, super fun. Kosher salt. Don't season it like you would if you were just sitting down to cut into a steak where you just do a little sprinkle. You need to be aggressive. Pepper, obviously. Is Adam trying to do his own comedy routine back there? Even though I said it's a dry heat method, there is some liquid involved. Get your ribs into a roasting pan. Just choose your biggest roasting pan. Obviously, you need room. So the water is really there to like create this like sort of gentle heat. So the oven is at 325, and this is one of those great recipes because it's like a full-on set it and forget it. Come back later, make your house beautiful, do whatever you want to do. I'm gonna work on the condiment that goes with them. It's basically your standard gremolata, but it's got crunchy breadcrumbs in it, and it's got a little bit of horseradish for like more zing. This is about a cup of fresh breadcrumbs I just tore from a loaf. We'll toast those. I'm not gonna use all of them. Fresh flat leaf parsley. We can argue about this in the comment section. If you don't like garlic, do not put it in the recipe. That is all I can say. This thing kind of reduces it to sort of like instant garlic paste. Fresh horseradish root, lemon zest, and lemon juice. Give that a stir. The oil is coating everything. This will hold for the 15 or 20 minutes that it takes for the short ribs to get crunchy on top. So we're about 3.5 hours in. I just want to take them out and make sure that they actually are tender all the way through before we crank the heat. They did take on color though. So see how much the meat shrank back from the bones? And I can tell just by looking at them how tender they are. Super shred apartable. This is basically just the rendered fat. That water is all evaporated. Cranking the oven up to 400 degrees. All right, in this last 20 minutes, I'm gonna finish the gremolata and I'm gonna caramelize a couple of lemons. These are looking really nice. Caramelized, but still firm, coming off. We've arrived, it's been 20 minutes. Oh my God, they're so tender, they're falling apart. There's like sizzling and popping noises. It's like talking to me. I'm just gonna finish the gremolata. This toasted breadcrumbs. Each one of your beautiful hungry guests would get to squeeze over. Oh my God, it's just falling apart. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really recommend doing short ribs this way. It is fantastic. It will change everything you thought you knew and need to know now. Well, it's coating the lemon and making it a hermetically sealed, non-oxygen.
You did the olive oil first.